According to DCI Palestine's number, there are currently 236 children in Israeli jails. Some of them are in Israeli jails within the West Bank, others are in Israeli prisons within Israel proper. Of course, transferring children from the West Bank into Israel is a violation of international law. Especially the Fourth Geneva Convention, which says you cannot transfer an occupied people into the land of the occupier. The practical consequence of that is many children are not visited by their parents because their parents struggle to get permits to visit them and have difficulty reaching them even when they do get the permits. Of those 236 children currently in the Israeli jails, 39 of them are between the ages of 12 and 15. Many of them are serving sentences on stone-throwing charges. The others are charged with a variety of other actions, including such as throwing Molotov cocktails, or in some way assaulting soldiers or settlers within the West Bank. Often these are suspicions, often it's not clear whether the child was actually guilty of the offense or not, because oftentimes we find that in 79% of the cases children are subjected to some form of violence during their arrest, their interrogation, their pretrial detention. Often they give coerced confessions, and these coerced confessions are relied upon by the military court judge when determining the guilt of the child. And in many cases that DCI documents, children end up confessing because they think it's the easiest way that they can get out of the Israeli military detention system. For us, what DCI Palestine focuses on is not whether the child actually did throw the stone or didn't throw a stone. For us, what we focus on is the child's rights. Whether the child threw a stone or not, he's entitled to certain rights, including the right to have a parent present during interrogation, including the right to remain silent and not incriminate himself, including the right to be physically safe and not to be ill-treated or, in some cases, tortured. DCI Palestine has documented several cases. I think we had 21 cases in 2012 where children were held in solitary confinement as part of the interrogation process. And under international law, solitary confinement for children is banned. So these are some of the issues we've been dealing with. Often what happens to these children is when they're in prison, they don't process or deal with the traumatic experience that they've gone through. And when they are released, there's quite a bit of conflict within the family because usually the parents at that point want to be overprotective of the children to ensure their safety after they've lost them to the Israeli detention system, whereas the child feels he's grown up and become more of a man. And that creates a conflict for children. So there's a lot of trauma that results from the experience, starting from the arrest all the way through until they're released from their prison sentence. Among the cases we're currently dealing with is along with a partner organization, Damir, is the case of a 14-year-old Palestinian child with dual U.S. citizenship who's been arrested during a nighttime raid in the West Bank town of Silwad, and he's being held for questioning now for almost a week. And according to the information we have, he was subjected to quite a bit of physical abuse during his arrest and later during his interrogation, and that's one case we're currently advocating to show what is really systematic abuse across the Israeli military detention system that happens. Children in large part, once they're embroiled within the system, can expect to be ill-treated, can expect their rights to be trampled on, and that's something we continually advocate to try and bring the perpetrators to account and to try and stop such abuse and improve the conditions for children.